then the question is, how do we get more ADOS folks, young people specifically, to start to believe in themselves, that they can accomplish things that their parents didn't accomplish or their grandparents didn't accomplish, and that there are opportunities for them that they can take advantage of, and that the only thing that's holding them back really is themselves.
Yeah. I would say the first thing they got to realize is, what are you good at? Like, what comes to you not naturally? Like, what is something? So, okay, if you're good at poetry, right? Like, say I can write poetry all day, bro. Like, I'm cold at it, bro. Like, I don't even try, and I could pull something up and be like, bro, you wrote that? I'd be like, yeah, bro, it's whatever. Why aren't we focusing on what we're good at? Why are we limiting ourselves and saying, well, I'm good at poetry, but the only place that's hiring is Walgreens.
Right, so I'm going to go work at Walgreens.
Bro, you just killed yourself. You just literally gave out your power.
You know what? There's a deeper message, I think, behind that, though. I think a lot of times people get so concentrated on making money. And we live in a capitalist society. Making money is important. Yeah. I believe that money is a vehicle that you can use to get to your destination, which should be freedom and liberation. I don't think money is the destination itself.
No.
However, you do need money in a capitalist society, especially in America.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are willing to compromise their passions and their love for their hobbies and what they're good at, right? Yeah. Their niche, to go make money.
Yeah.
How do we get around that? How do we build systems of support for people who want to explore their passions and their creativities, but they also need money to pay their bills? Because we have to be realistic about things. Not everyone can say, I'm just going to focus on my poetry and deprive every single other thing in my life.
Yeah. So I think it's important to have something, right? So let's say I'm working a job that I do not like, right? I have the money coming in. I know I can pay my bills. I know I can get my groceries. I know I can do these things. Once I get off this job, what am I going to do with that 5 hours in the day? What am I going to do with that 3 to, you know what I mean? What am I going to do with that Saturday afternoon that I got from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock? Am I going to create my own reality? Or am I going to say, oh, I'm just trying to chill, bro. I'm too tired, bro. Bro, you're making a choice. You're giving away your power to say, oh, no, it's more important for me to work for somebody else, for them to tell me how much I make, to tell me when to be there, all these things. Because once you give that power up, it's going to be hard to give it back because you gave it out.
I got a question I want to pose to you.
Okay.
What do you think benefits the powers that be in the game of capitalism the most? Do you think it's having people have a structured lifestyle where they're working 8 to 9 hours a day? Or do you think it's having people being able to realize their full potential and reach that Maslow hierarchy of needs of self-actualization? What do you think benefits them the most?
Making us think that we got to show up 8 hours a day.
So what incentive? So if we're just going to wait around the powers that be to say, oh, we're no longer going to require people to work these hours. We're going to pay you $20 an hour to work 6 hours a day so you can focus more on your creativity and starting your own businesses. We're going to be waiting forever. I hate when I encounter people that want to start their own businesses or want to be entrepreneurs or creatives, artists, and then they tell me that they have to go work a job for 12 hours, 10 hours a day to make money. And I'm like, if you seriously sat back and budgeted out your money properly and just met your needs, right? I got to pay rent. I got to feed myself. I got to put a couple dollars away for my savings. And I'm not working any other additional hours. All my other hours is pouring into my craft, into my business. Then you're going to get out of that system of enslavement. That's capitalism.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, then you're always going to be in that system because you're always going to feel like I need to make more money. I need to work more hours, which is taking away the hours that you could be putting into starting your own business or starting your own enterprise.
Yeah.
But as long as we stay in that mindset of I gotta increase my hours at my job. I got to increase my hours at my job. I'm going to work my way up. I'm going to get 2 jobs. I got some young people that want to start their own business telling me they about to get a second job.
Bro.
And I'm like, you want to get a second job to start your own business?
First of all, people don't even realize getting a second job isn't going to get you that much more money. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're giving more of your power away. You know what I mean? Because this is what people don't realize. You need to have what you got, and then all that free time, if you really want to make what you want, you got to go and take all that time that you're tired, you just got off work. Okay, now I got to go read a book. Now I got to go pour into myself. Because there's a saying, where focus goes, energy flows. And if
Say that one more time. I like that.
Where focus goes, energy flows.
I like that.
So if I put my focus on working for another person, how am I gonna get the energy where I'm gonna be my own boss?
You're not.
How am I gonna, you know what I mean? If I'm focused,
I would say it's almost impossible.
Exactly, because now what? He's telling me when to show up. He's telling me, oh, you can leave. Oh, you can do this. And I know all these things because I went through. I'm not speaking from an outside perspective. I went through it. I am in a situation where somebody's trying to go out of their way to make my life hell. And now it's like, bro.
And that's your employer.
Yes. So it's like, I worked for you for 2 years. I watched everybody in front of me quit. I watched 7 employees quit on the spot. I was the only one with the awareness to be like, bro, I know what you're trying to do, bro. Like, you're not, no. Like,
and let's make this, let's relate this to COVID-19. And I've been really looking at the impact that COVID-19 has had on our society, directly and indirectly, right? And in my perspective, COVID-19 has really showed us that there's no such thing as job security. I don't care what market you're in. I don't care what industry you're in. There's no such thing as job security. So for those out there that have been putting 10, 15 years into a corporation, and you think that you're doing that with the hope that you're going to always be there, at any given moment, that company can go under and you could be cut loose. If you own your own business.
Don't even got to go under until you cut loose.
Right, exactly. They could just be experiencing loss in revenues, and they got to let people go. And you might be on that list, regardless of how long you've been there. And with the increase of technology and the constant need to bring in new, fresh minds, you're probably going to be the first person to go and get traded out for a younger person. So, but that's neither here nor there. The point to this is you're disposable when you work for other people.
Yeah.
Unless you have equity into that business, if you're just an employee, you are disposable. That means you can go in any given moment and they'll replace you. COVID-19 has showed me that, and it should have showed all of you that. We should see these things. We're seeing gigantic companies letting off 100, 200, 300 people. We see mid-sized companies increasing, but they're not increasing in employees. They're using technology to replace their employees.
Yeah.
You have softwares out here now that can do your accounting for you, your HR for you, your recruiting for you. You no longer need that entire department.
Just need one person to manage it, though.
Literally, one person to manage. I can let my entire human resource department go. Have one person manage all the softwares that does payroll for us, does timesheets for everything else for us, auto computes everything.
Yeah.
If we don't start thinking about how we can create our own businesses, how we can self-sustain ourselves, I'm afraid what the future is going to look like, especially for those who don't have the intelligence, right? Because we have to be honest, not everyone's on that level, Isaiah.
Yeah. Some
people only have their labor to offer.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to those people who only have their labor to offer in exchange for money?
You literally going to go like this. Here, handcuff my hands, and then wherever you're going, I'm going to go because I have
nothing else to offer.
Yeah. I got these. You got to tell me what to...
So how do we give them the skills and tools, though, to learn how to be self-sustaining, self-sufficient?
How do we give them the tools? I mean, this is the thing.
I don't expect you to answer that in the podcast.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm going to try, though. So it's like somebody says, okay, go build this house for me, right? Here's all the tools. I'm going to give you a hammer. I'm going to give you a screwdriver. I'm going to give you a tape measure. I'm going to give you a drill gun. I'm gonna give you, you know what I mean? All these tools, right? If I don't know how to use them, I can look at, oh, this was cool. I think this is for the hidden thing. What do they call this? A banger? No, it's a hammer. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Like, we can get people the tools. If you don't know how to apply it, the tool's not very good. You know what I mean? I know some people who use one tool for everything. You know what I mean? Hard work. That shit's expired, bro. That hard work is expired. Like, that was like our parents' generation. Because why? They didn't know any better. When you know better, you do better.
And that's what was available for them, labor. Back then, 20 years, I'm going to tell you how my grandfather made it to be so successful. He went to the Army. Once he left the Army, he came back. He went to school to become a pipe insulator. I think it was maybe like a 12-month program maybe it was an 18-month program. He was telling me the story. 18-month program. It was vocational, right? It was a trade. Learn how to do pipe insulations and everything. And, you know, he got a few jobs, gaining experience. By the time he had 10 years of work experience, he got promoted to a supervisor. And he was telling me on some of his projects, dude, he was out there making $100 an hour, sitting in the van, literally just supervising the plant, just watching the employees, sitting in the van. He used to tell me, he's like, no kidding. You know, he was sitting in the van. It was warm in the van. They're outside in the cold. They're doing the pipe installation. He's just there just in case it's a major problem or something goes wrong. He got to hop out and fix things.
Yeah.
$100 an hour just sitting in the van. I think he told me one weekend he cleared almost, I think, $2,500 in one weekend.